Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everyone out there is doing absolutely fantastic and that you're all having a great day. Don't forget to follow me on social media. There are links in the description below the video. Very big thank you to everyone who leaves a like as well. And without any further ado, let's jump right into it. There are some cool things that we actually have to talk about. One of them actually really took me by surprise because I don't know how the world is going to respond to it. A lot of like 2 months ago, we had a conversation about there seems to be a light return, if you will, in an old school mindset for crypto and for Bitcoin, as far as private transactions, doing things yourself, self-custody, the original idea of Bitcoin as a currency and a worldwide everything, essentially enveloping every other asset class and not so much just as this idea of digital gold. So when this popped up, I was like, okay, it sounds amazing. You'll see. But I do wonder how the world is going to actually respond to this. Jack Dorsey is the person who originally created Twitter. I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm 1,000% sure it was Jack Dorsey. Around 4 years ago, maybe 5, I'm not really sure. He announced he was into Bitcoin, but not just into Bitcoin. He kind of said he loves it. He thinks it's the everything. He was one of the original people to kind of announce that he believes, the present tense, that Bitcoin is going to kind of take over the world in all aspects. It's going to take over finance. It's going to take over money. We will be using, he believes, Bitcoin for everything, every single transaction, you name it, all information on top of the blockchain, full of transparency or not, depending on how you actually look at it. So when he left Twitter, he announced that he was going to essentially dedicate his life to Bitcoin. I know it sounds a bit intense, but that's what a mega Bitcoin maximalist is. So we've heard some proposals from him. We know that he's working on the Lightning Network and he's doing tons of other things behind the scenes. But when this one popped up, I said, okay, it sounds great, but I want to see where this goes. Jack Dorsey, CEO of Block, and there we go, and co-founder of Twitter, has confirmed he has created a new app. I don't know exactly what to call this thing. It's a brand new thing. It's the beta launch of something called BitChat. I'm pretty sure you can see where this is going. A new application that allows users to send encrypted messages and Bitcoin transaction data completely offline. Yeah. So not only is it meant to be a way for people to just message privately, you can also send transaction data and none of it has to be offline. I'm going to share a little tidbit of information, then we'll continue on. The original Bitcoiners had a fear. So Bitcoin wasn't the first iteration of what it was. It was simply the most secure. PayPal, so the legend goes, was originally meant to be something like Bitcoin. This usable online digital cash kind of thing. Before that came something called DigiCash, DIGI cash. That one also was completely decimated. And it was because they had centralized servers. No one really understood how to do proper decentralization. So after all these things happened and Bitcoin became a thing, around 2014, 15, 16, we actually heard, and this is still a thing, obviously, a lot of people figured out how to actually send Bitcoin transactions through radio waves and like other satellites and all these, anything that's not the internet. The idea basically being, if Bitcoin were to be shut down or banned or whatever, it would literally be impossible. You would have to shut down radio waves. You would have to shut down every single satellite, and it kind of, moved in that momentum. So this one is even crazier, or just as crazy. Apparently, this is all working offline using a Bluetooth mesh network. It says the new tool is designed to enable untraceable digital cash transfers and censorship-resistant communication, and it works on both Android and iPhone devices without requiring internet access, centralized servers, or user accounts. Do you know that everything we do except for crypto runs through a centralized server? You know that everything we do relies on the internet. You know that everything we do requires your email. It requires a user account. This is what I'm talking about. I want to know exactly how the public will react to this. I think a lot of people want some kind of a way to communicate with each other that doesn't, or that's private, simply put. Complete privacy in this way, I wonder how governments are going to react. If this is going to be an app that works on Android and iPhone being the gigantic question mark because Apple wants complete control over everything that they do, how are people going to use this? Be able to text and message without anyone stopping them ever, not requiring internet access. There's no information anywhere because it's not going to a server, so nothing is saved. And you can also transfer Bitcoin through it as well without any like actual traceability. This is literally the original idea of Bitcoin, but in an app. This was popular, like lowercase popular. I saw a couple people talking about this, but this didn't really make it into the news. This is essentially like how Bitcoin goes mainstream. If everyone starts using this and there's no way to stop it and everyone is on it and everyone loads Bitcoin onto it and just starts sending, like, this is literally the original idea for Bitcoin. There's a tweet. It says sending Bitcoin over Bluetooth between BitChat Android and iPhone both have a native Cashew eCash wallet built in. The eCash travels directly from phone to phone. The sender needs no internet, like instant and untraceable digital cash. Work in progress. It's going to be insane. He did say he had a lot of crazy stuff that was going to happen. And I'll say this nicely. A lot of times, I'll just kind of say it. A lot of times when people do things within the cryptocurrency space, it's not actually to like further the cryptocurrency space. It's simply for their own benefit. So a lot of times we have heard of people within the space who spend $100 million on a website. Do you remember? So that was a BitTorrent. Do you remember years ago when the people from EOS, I'm pretty sure it was EOS, the cryptocurrency, before they rebranded to Volta, they announced that they were trying to buy, I think, the EOS name from like a web domain. I think they spent like $45 million. So much of the stuff that's done is just fluff. It's just to make it into the news. This is like crypto native. This is like something that we need within this space. If everyone's concerned about their private sphere, if everyone's concerned about, sending private transactions and stuff, you don't do it by burning half of your coins on stage. You don't do it by announcing you bought a banana. Like, you do this. So this is, I wonder where this is going to go and how the world is going to react to this. But seems very incredibly promising. That's the Jack Dorsey, probably just a furthered hyper Bitcoinization by a couple of years. And yeah, let's move on. Also in the news, the Smarter Web Company, PLC, a London-listed technology firm, has announced the purchase of an additional 325 Bitcoin, increasing its total holdings to 1,600 coins. These companies do not stop buying. That is something that a lot of people need to remember. We just heard literally hundreds of thousands of Bitcoin were purchased by ETFs and corporations over the course of the last month. What they're missing, the gigantic in-between, is the millions of people who are also buying fragments of Bitcoin. The family companies, the organizations, and all these other in-betweens and governments who are also buying Bitcoin without actually announcing it. So even all the ones who did announce it, they're also re-announcing that they bought even more. That's another 1,600 Bitcoin that is completely off the table as part of its ongoing treasury policy outlined in what they're calling their 10-year plan. The recent acquisition was 27 million pounds at an average price of 112,000 per Bitcoin. So reflecting the company's commitment to its Bitcoin strategy, the Smarter Web Company has reported impressive year-to-date and 30... Geez, what? Of course. Their year-to-date yield is 39,000%. Like what? And their 30-day Bitcoin yield is 419% respectively. They currently hold 4 million pounds in net cash available for further Bitcoin investments. Additionally, the company has published a research brief introducing a new valuation metric called the P/BYD ratio, aimed at helping investors analyze the performance and valuation of Bitcoin treasury companies, thereby enhancing understanding of the rationale behind holding Bitcoin as a treasury asset. It's kind of weird how we went from like buying Bitcoin because Bitcoin go up in price to this like everyone is a treasury company right now. I don't have to tell you. I think this is obviously going to continue. We continuously have a bunch of new companies. We had some last week as well who announced that they were getting into the space, but they're currently raising 100 million through fundraising this, or they're trying to raise $1 billion through that. So in the next, I don't know how easy it is to raise 189 million US dollars, but I assume it takes a couple of days, if not weeks. So yeah, another company, the Smarter Web Company, has announced that they have in total 1,600 BTC. Also, I want to say directly tying into this as well, because this is just how it keeps on happening. Singapore-based crypto firm, they are called BTC Digital Limited, apparently launched their strategic Bitcoin and Ether reserve programs on Monday, according to a press release. The company says it finished setting up its $1 million Ether reserve last week and has now completed the setup for its Bitcoin reserve, also worth $1 million. The company aims to acquire more cryptocurrency in the coming months, and they are targeting $10 million in total reserves by the end of this year. That seems to be, it seems arbitrary, but it's not. Many companies are announcing like an end of year accumulation kind of deadline, and it's more of I think they're just kind of looking for a time frame to be able to say that they want to do a particular thing. It could also be the 31st of March is there 31st of March? I'm not sure. Of next year. It's just more of a like yearly goals kind of thing. The purpose of building up crypto reserves is threefold, according to the firm. balance sheet stability, which is crazy because crypto is the least stable thing on the planet, enablement of on-chain operations, and establishment of real-world asset infrastructure. They said BTC and ETH represent the central bank grade assets of the stablecoin and RWA era. This was said by their CEO. So I guess we're also going to be hearing about this company as well. What are they called again? Listen. The company's called BTC Digital Limited. I wonder what they're going to be doing. That's a little bit too on the nose. Yeah, new companies every day, old companies old air quotes. Every other day. There's less and less Bitcoin and Ether on exchanges all the time. I saw someone write on Twitter or somewhere. I saw a comment somewhere and somebody was like, "Why are you always giving the same news?" And I'm like, do you know what's happening? Like, are you understanding that this is the news? This is what's happening. This is what's taking place. This is the important thing. This is the thing that's changing the world. This is I don't really know what people really want anymore, but it's usually people who write things like that who don't have any crypto in the first place, or they have like $15 worth, and it's like, okay, well, that's not going to do it. Nope. The world is changing. We're witnessing it firsthand. It's happening right in front of us every single day. Cryptocurrencies are taking over the world. More and more companies are buying them, leaning on them, relying on them. We just had the GameStop news. GameStop is trying to make people, and I say make people, pay in crypto for the things that they're selling. We're in this mad dash where everyone with money seems to understand what's taking place. So I can only hope that everyone else is also paying attention as well. I think that's going to do it for this video. I do hope that you've all enjoyed. I do hope you all are having a great day, morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching, listening, liking, commenting, and supporting the channel. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.